I'd like to talk about some of the advantages of DynAlign's dynamic pre-shot alignment technique and how that relates to both direction control and distance control. We hear a lot about taking the hands out of the stroke, and obviously we don't want to have independent motion and have your hands flipping around during the stroke. But the fact is that our dominant hand, if you're right-handed, this is your most sensitive part for delivering force to objects and tossing and rolling balls. It's something we've done all our life. And after you do this a few times, you playing catch with someone, you get an idea of how hard you want to throw it to them. So how that relates to putting is that with the DynAlign dynamic pre-shot alignment technique, we're able to really stabilize our alignment so that this putter is going to have a really good chance of coming back to your original alignment position when you put it into motion. So now, once we can rely and be confident in our alignment, then we can focus on distance control. And I've got this right touch ball here on the putter that I can hold in my right hand just like I'm rolling the ball. And so that's going to give me some sense of how hard I'm going to roll this ball up to the hole. Now, with the swing motion with DynAlign, we're all connected. All the joints are synchronized, so everything moves at once. So we can make an arm and shoulder stroke if that's what you feel comfortable with. But as far as regulating the power, you can sense that power in your dominant hand during the stroke by feeling that you're holding a ball. Now, you don't have one of these likely, but you can take a ball and hold it in your hand and just simulate this when you're putting. This is something that Greg Norman used to do before rounds around the chipping green would be to putting green. He'd toss balls to get a feel for how hard to roll the ball. So now with distance control, obviously we don't want to this is not like playing catch with the hole, because if we roll the ball, if we toss it like we're playing catch with somebody, it's going to go too far. So we have to use some imagination here in rolling the ball. And I've got a book set up here in front of the hole. And this is to simulate a wide target for your distance control. Now, when we're pitching pennies to a wall, you have a very wide target. So you have a good, gives your senses a good target for how much force you want to roll into this ball, into your toss. So with the book in front of the hole, this is going to be for a normal speed putt. You want to have that as your distance target. So after you get lined up with DynAlign, and we get lined up on our line, then I'm going to just sense that I want to roll that ball up to the book. And then the rest of it's going to roll out to the hole and give us our distance control. Now, if this is an uphill putt, I'm going to imagine that wall or something is behind the hole, and so then I can feel how hard I want to roll the ball up to the hole by visualizing that target behind the hole. So it can be difficult to imagine your distance target by just looking down the line at the hole. If you're over the ball and you're looking down at that hole and you're worried about your direction and your distance, that can be confusing to your mind. So that's the advantage of DynAlign, is that we can really rely on our alignment, and we can trust that our putter is going to be hitting the ball square where we want it. So at this point in the stroke, after we're addressed, then we're focused on just how much force you want to put into this stroke. So there's a couple ideas there to improve both your alignment and your distance control.